Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. With special thanks to our pals at ADT Taxis, Feed Me, Piglet's Pantry, Tiger, Leicester Garage Conversions, Pink Vehicle Leasing, Hologram, The Fox's Arms, Moyer Wade Interiors, and our chosen charity, Memphis UK. We bring you the fans' views on the match each week, and your views matter to us. Join the fans debate each match with us. Follow us at Leicester Fan TV.
Evening, guys. Welcome to Leicester Fan TV for the West Brom versus Leicester, or Leicester West Brom preview game. We've got the away fan chat show tonight. I'll be joined by Clint, a West Brom fan, to preview the game. We'll also talk about Sam Allardyce, and he'll talk about the West Brom camp and what we are to expect from them. Please get your comments in, guys. Be great as always. Please like and share this stream and subscribe to Leicester Fan TV if you enjoy our content. So Dave Stockwin, hello mate. Swiss RSA 2, we will. Mark, evening pal. Dan Morton, 1-0 to Villa. I've not seen, I've just heard. Carmen Parker, hello. Evening Grey baby, hope you're well. 20 seconds was it? Evening Jack, evening Ben, evening Ross, evening Dave, and evening Read It. And hello to Martin Deverick. Caden says we should win, so let's get the most important man in from the West Brom camp and let's see what he's saying. Evening, Clint.
Evening, Jack. You all right?
Yes, good, mate. You? So it's a massive game tomorrow from a Leicester perspective. West Brom as well, obviously, with the relegation safety and that. So it's going to be a massive game. What are you expecting to happen, Clint?
I think we'll keep it tight. We've been a bit unpredictable recently. Certainly didn't expect to put 5 past Chelsea. So yep. I think that I don't know anyone that didn't shock. So, but I think we played with a bit of freedom in that game. It's almost like you get to a stage where, well, you know yourself from the season before you won the title. It could have been very similar, where you get to a stage where you've got nothing to lose and you just got to go for it and just hope for the best. And the last 2 games, they're playing with a bit of freedom and showing what we can do. So
you put kind of like a performance together, haven't you, in the last couple of games? Obviously, Sam Allardyce, since he's come in, he's got the team playing with confidence. I know it might have took a while after the manager previous, Slaven Bilic, but you've got to know how to play differently, haven't you, under different managers? And I guess West Brom are starting to adapt that way to how Sam Allardyce wants them to play.
Yeah, possibly. It seems that way. There was a spell where we were just losing by 3, 4, and 5 goals at home. It was just embarrassing when he first came in. And then we brought a few players in, 4 players in January, and they've slowly come in, and performances improved a bit, but results didn't. And then the last 2 games, as I say, results have improved. So let's hope it's, I don't know. But then Newcastle have improved, so let's hope it's not too little too late, but we'll see.
Well, they did Leicester a favour on the weekend, beating West Ham. Obviously 2-0 up as well. But I guess the Premier League's unpredictable, isn't it, Clint? You're not expected to get the results, these bigger teams, what they think they're going to get. And West Brom proved Chelsea how unpredictable it can be. Obviously, Thiago Silva got 2 yellow cards and then he got sent off, and then it changed the game massively in your favour. From the 2 goals in about, 3 minutes?
Yeah, if that, definitely. Well, to be honest, this whole season, I'm assuming it's got to be something to do with fans not being there, but this whole season has been like a season of the underdogs. Obviously, you went to Man City, and was that 5-2 or
Yeah, 5-2. Yeah,
5-2 again. You went to Man City and won 5-2. Villa beat
5-2.
5-2. Villa beat Liverpool 7-2. It's just, honestly, if you have a look at it on the weekends, it seems to be the underdog has got just as much chance. So I'm certainly hoping so with the next few games. So we'll be underdogs tomorrow, I think.
Clint, Rob says, have you got any candles?
You don't need to see me in the light, Rob. It's not pretty. You see
that. So Clint, what team news are you expecting to come out then? Obviously, Sam Allardyce would have had his press conference either today or yesterday. So what has Sam Allardyce said ahead of the Leicester game?
Man City have just equalised, by the way. So
shame.
I should cheer us all up. It's a weird one because, well, we haven't got injuries really. We've got injuries to 2 players, but they're players that have been at best on the bench in Snodgrass and Kieran Gibbs. Because Townsend's our left back now, and he's been brilliant this season. So he's the number 1 left back. But I see the comments there. So yeah, we haven't got any injuries, but we've got Villa away on Sunday, which is another big game for us. And last month, I thought we made the mistake of when we played Thursday, Sunday. We had Everton at home on the Thursday and Newcastle at home on the Sunday, but that was at noon. So I thought I thought we should have rotated a little bit on the Thursday, and the players seemed exhausted for the Newcastle game, which was a huge game for us. So I don't know if there will be any rotation tomorrow ahead of the Villa game, but I don't know if we're in a position that we can do that now. Another thing is Conor Gallagher's on 9 yellow cards.
Is it?
And he has been, so he needs to get through this game and then he's fine. Otherwise, he'll have a 2-game suspension. So I wouldn't be expecting Conor Gallagher to start, but Maitland-Niles has got a little bit of a knock. He should be all right. So they kind of compete for a place. So we'll see.
Yeah. The big talking point is your electricity.
Yeah. I can go put the light on if you want.
Yeah. It's a
right, what's going on?
Oh, dear.
Better.
There we
Everyone
go.
will be complaining now. I've been to the barbers finally, but yeah.
It's not as bad as Ross's salad at Leicester Fan TV, so you're all right, Clint.
Fair enough. They'll be telling me to turn it back off now. I know what they're like. So, yeah, go. But yes, we'll see.
Boris Johnson says, "Good evening, my friend. I hope the mighty Blue wins and get into the Champions League." I don't know if it's the actual Boris Johnson.
Thanks for that, Boris. I'd like to think you've got more important, more bigger issues at the moment, but fair enough.
It's just mad. Leicester, I don't think we'll make any changes. I know we played the FA Cup against Southampton on Sunday. Brendan Rodgers said all our squad fit. So we've got a good squad to choose from. Obviously, it's not going to be an easy game, is it? West Brom will want to win the game as well as Leicester. Mm-hmm. But Leicester need them clinical 3 points if we're going to keep up with the top 4 this season.
Yeah.
So,
apart from tomorrow, I wish you well. Yeah, it's nice to see different clubs out there than the cowardly 6. So.
I wish the Baggies well. We're in a deeper hole in 2014-15.
Yeah.
I think we went to West Brom, didn't we, and beat you? Was it? Vardy scored in the last minute.
I think that was the second game in the run. I think you won 7 and drew 2 in the last 9 or something like that, and then went on to win the title the next season. So we've been joking that if we can stay up this season, we'll go for the title next season. Hopefully, I'll follow you in that. I don't think that one's too realistic. So,
you might actually do a Norwich though, considering. Look what Norwich have done this season. Have kept all the players together and they've come straight back up, haven't they? I think West Brom, if they can do the same, then I think it'd be a more better thing for you guys. Who do you think will be the biggest threat for Leicester then tomorrow, Clint?
For Leicester, Vardy's always a threat, isn't he? I think he's been off the pace a little bit, hasn't he, recently? But he likes a goal against us, sadly. So, and a little celebration. So hopefully not. But yeah, Tielemans. I think I had him in my fantasy football team. I don't know if he is at the moment. So I think he must have been doing all right for you. Obviously, we know Johnny Evans. Johnny Evans is he's a rock at the back. So he was linked with when he was with us. He was linked with teams like Arsenal, and Arsenal were like laughing and like, "Oh, he's nowhere near our level." And I think he's proven that wrong at Leicester over the last few years. So, yeah.
9 points from safety. Do you seriously think you can do it, Clint?
I think we can do it. I don't think we will do it. I think it's possible. But last time we went down, we'd won one game in 20. We won our first 2 games of the season. Then we won one game in the next 29. And then we picked up 10 points from 4 games. Or, do you remember? Yeah, and it was crazy. We went to Old Trafford and we'd won 1 in 29. And we won at Old Trafford. And then we won at Newcastle. And then we drew with Liverpool. And then we beat Spurs in the 90th minute. And
was that under Darren Moore?
It was, yeah. So legend. He's ill at the moment. Sheffield Wednesday, isn't he? So, but we've had news that he's recuperating. So that's good.
So, which West Brom players do Leicester need to look out for then, Clint, tomorrow? Obviously, Matis Pereira.
Pereira, definitely. If Pereira has a good game, we have a good game generally. But hopefully second.
Hopefully not.
Yeah. Yokeslu, defensive midfielder. He's come in January and he's been amazing. He should be playing for a top half Premier League side next season. I don't know if we'd hold on to him, even if we did pull off not a miracle, but if we did somehow stay up, I still don't know if we'd hold on to him. He's been amazing since coming. Sam Johnston's having a great season. Called up for England. So yeah, Bartley at the back. I'm a big fan of Bartley, and at times a year or 2 ago, some of our fans weren't. He passes it out from the back, which some can make fans nervy. But I think most teams do that nowadays, and you need to do that. They've worked that kicking it long and hoping to win it and do that. That's a thing of the past mainly. But yeah, I like him. But he's got a knock. So although he'd be my first defender, usually I'm hoping he gets a rest tomorrow. I think. So we'll see.
What Mark Harrison says, Clint, Nacho on a roll. Do you think he's your biggest worry tomorrow, considering that he's on form?
He is on form. Yeah, he's picked up the mantle where Jamie Vardy's not quite scoring. He obviously scores. He's getting 15 to 20 a season isn't he, Vardy, consistently, but he's not been on it recently. And Iheanacho's seems to have picked up the mantle. So
you've got your manager here, Clint, Sam Allardyce.
Oh, okay.
Pereira too fancy for my Brexit football.
I'm not getting into that debate. So so Sam Allardyce he divides fans certainly. So he's come in and we were not quite good enough under Bilic. We weren't picking up enough points, but we were in games and we were 2 points off 17th, and then we've kind of gone downhill under Allardyce to come back up. And we're looking a good side, and we're looking a good side now. We brought in 4 new signings in January, and when you bring in 4 new signings, you hope if 2 or 3 of them are good, you should be improving. But but so have Fulham, Newcastle. Everyone seems to have picked it up second half of the season, really.
Sean Sawson says, Clint, who is your favourite West Brom player this season or of all time?
This season's probably Pereira. So I think he's on. I'll get this right. 8 goals, 5 assists. Is it the other way around? Yeah. So, Pereira's brilliant. He's obviously we all like flair players, and he's a joy to watch. He's another one that we'll struggle to hold on to, I think, in the summer should we go down. All time would be Chris Brunt. He was at the club for 11. Right. He was at the club for 11 or 12 years. I think he's got the winner at Leicester before. You'll have seen him a few times, Chris Brunt. So,
yeah, we have.
What are West Brom's weaknesses, Clint, which Leicester can actually take advantage of?
Well, usually up until the last 2 games, goal scoring. We'd scored. I think we'd scored 20 goals from how many games we won now? 20 goals from 29 games, which is nowhere near good enough. But then we've just turned it on the last 2 games. So 5 at Chelsea and 3 against Southampton. And we're looking solid at the back, but I don't know how long that can continue. We'll see. But but yeah, it's going right at both ends at the moment. So we'll see.
Let's
it's
talk.
going to be a very tough test.
Let's talk about previous meetings, Clint.
I'm happy
Obviously,
to do this.
Leicester,
We've got a good record.
Leicester have won 3-0, 4-1, 1-1, 1-0 to Leicester, 2-1 to West Brom, 2-2, and 3-2. So it looks interesting, doesn't it, Clint? And then obviously Leicester's beat you 3-2 away from home. Obviously Jamie Vardy, you know,
I think
you hate him, don't you?
I think if you have a look, I think we've been to King Power on 8 occasions, and we haven't lost yet.
You haven't?
I don't think so. Yeah,
Craig Gardner scored, didn't he, last time? Was it?
Who was that?
A free kick.
Yes,
Craig
Gardner.
Gardner.
I think it was 2-2, wasn't it? Yeah, that was when you were going for the title. Yeah, because we keep missing each other because Leicester's a great away day. But it was over the last 20 years we've been swapping divisions, replacing each other at times.
That's just crazy. What's your favourite previous meeting of like Leicester and West Brom then, Clint? If you had to pick one.
Oh, previous.
I've got one.
The 2-1 stands out because you were champions at the time, and on paper, going away and beating the reigning champions, it's quite big. I'm trying to think if there was games towards the end of the season or crucial games, but that 2-1 stands out because you were the reigning Premier League champions. So, yeah.
What about you, Ross? Which game stands out for you?
Well, it's 3. 1, it's actually a West Brom win. It was the controversy of a certain player that went from Leicester to West Brom, and we
Joe Mattock.
Yes. It's in fact, obviously the description we could give him, it's a family show. But no, it's not because he left to go to West Brom. It was another incident.
Was that in the nightclub?
Yes.
Yeah.
Didn't he say he's got more chance of winning the league with West Brom than he has with Leicester, Ross?
I remember when he said that, and now he's at Rotherham.
He'll be in League One in a couple of weeks.
The reason that one stands out because I remember all the West Brom fans. I went to that game. I was into all that when Championship. Robert Warren, I think, scored for West Brom that game. I think. If I remember correctly.
Did Morrison score as well?
Michael Morrison.
James Morrison.
Oh, James.
You remember
Morrison.
him, don't you, Clint?
Yeah.
James Morrison.
He's possibly second favourite player. He was at the club for 10 years, so we're hoping they get a testimonial. Yeah, we're hoping they get a testimonial when we're allowed back.
So. 4-1 League Cup was a good game, but bad result. League Cup 2010.
That was a midweek one. Yeah, I went. Yeah.
Oh dear me, yeah, because you had the whole family stand, and we don't.
Yeah, we have behind the goal.
Yeah, we don't ever give that away. So, so for the first time,
League Cup, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh God, yeah, it was.
We have to. We have to do that. We have to give our main stand where we have the Smedic end, where we have the home fans, the away fans, where the atmosphere comes from. Yeah. So
usually when any away tie, we never ever give the family stand.
Yeah, we usually on the corner. Yeah, we usually on the corner.
So you were lucky. The one that stands out for me, even though we got relegated to League One and you got promoted to the Premier League, was the Steve Howard hat trick at the Hawthorns. That was one of my remember because obviously we were in the rut. We were bottom of League One bottom of the Championship at this point, and they're thinking, West Brom, the top of the Championship, we're not going to beat these, and we absolutely
Hill Polloway.
we absolutely.
I'm debating some of these names. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we've had.
Oh, you have some crazy ones. That one stands out because obviously bottom of Championship. We thought thinking, we're not going to go and win. Barry Hills, I think, got a goal in that game as well. Number one.
580 miles seals lose horribly, being 6,000 baggies jumping up and down.
Ooh.
Have you visited the King Power, Clint?
At least 10, 12. Yeah, every time we played in the last 20 years, I'd have been there. Yeah.
Would you say it's one of your favourite stadiums, or?
It's a good stadium, yeah, definitely. I like it as I don't want to mention the other East Midland clubs, but I like all the East Midland clubs as an away day because they're not like right on your doorstep, but
no,
they're a short train journey, so you can get there early, go to the pub, have a few beers, and then exactly, yeah. So yeah, Leicester's great because obviously you've got the town. As soon as you get off the train, the town's right there. So yeah,
that's what's good about me from where I am. I'm from Sheffield. So whenever we play Barnsley or Sheffield United, it's literally on my doorstep. Doncaster is brilliant. Well, not last time I went to Barnsley, but it's a great thing. A stat you don't know, Clint. Last time we beat you a lot at home was in 1994.
See, there you go.
You've come with that stat then, Ross.
I know it's a crazy stat, but all stats are meant to be, all records
27 years, yes.
I'm actually 27, so basically the same year. No, it's a crazy stat thinking about it, because obviously, even when the title season, you still didn't lose to us, you drew.
I mean, even when they won the league, I say we drew 2-2, that Gardner one, because that was a huge game more for you guys, and that we got the 2-2 draw there. But you went on to win the league. So
and then the year after,
his favourite Baggies fan missing him.
Yeah. I mean, here's one then. So obviously, all the Vardy goals he's scored against West Brom. Which one's the most one you're thinking? Oh, you want to go down there and give him some, give him a piece of your mind, as they say. Because they're all interesting. I mean, the first one's really wasn't really celebrating in front of the West Brom fans anyway. It was celebrating in front of the Leicester fans. The goal was your anniversary, wasn't it, or something?
Oh yeah, that was horrendous. Yeah, did we lose 4-1 or something
3-2.
like that?
No,
was that
3-2?
No, we lost 4-1 the following week to QP. Oh yeah, that was horrendous. Yeah, 3-2. Yeah, that was So
because it was celebrating in front of the Leicester fans, obviously this one, but all the other goals he scored always gone down to that corner.
He loves to antagonise. Yeah, so I like him as a player, but yeah, he runs over. He loves to antagonise the home fans, doesn't he? So,
but which one is the most thinking you want to the worst one? Meaning the worst time when he scored and ran down.
Went like that.
He's done that more than once. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I'm sure. I think he's done that a few times. Yeah.
In the same corner as well.
Yeah. So the other end of the stadium for me, thankfully. I'm
the cup in the ears with no fans.
Yeah. Did he do that at the start? Did he score?
Yeah, he did. He did,
didn't he? Yeah,
it went like that.
It was. Yeah, it was like. Yeah. I remember. Yeah, 3 goals second half, wasn't it? Yeah. So. Yeah. Was it a couple of pens?
2. I think it was 2 penalties.
Yeah, 3-0.
Yeah, because Castagna scored in his debut, and then Vardy got 2. It was our first time in our maroon kit that we wore the maroon shirt. Yeah. And thinking West Brom, obviously, they're just that Pereira that I'm really looking. Just before I came on, I've just been listening to about Pereira. Is it Pereira?
Pereira, yeah.
Very good. Do you know what? I think if you do get relegated, I can see him going to a team. Maybe like Leicester or Everton. Not saying the big boys, not them, not the big 6. Sorry,
the cowardly six.
The 5 and top. Well, if Tottenham are a Super League club, right, then Banana Man is in Avengers. Honestly, it's no.
Yeah, I've heard a few of them.
Have you seen that?
I like the one where it said it's like me walking down to the Crucible and putting 50p on the table. It's like Arsenal and Spurs in the Super League. Yeah, it's like me turning up at the Crucible. It's like no.
That's the thing. Obviously, speaking. I don't know if you've been speaking about that. Obviously, it's going to be brought up.
Yeah.
Obviously, with the Super League. I mean,
Man City winning.
I'm going to do all the Super League comments now. What are your thoughts on it? But in the last 72 hours, regarding it.
It's a weird one. I'll be honest. If this had happened 2 years ago, I would have been like, it'll never happen. It's just it's talk. It'll disband and that. But I was kind of like that about COVID to start with. I was like, this will go on for like 2-3 weeks, and we'll be back to normal. And it's been 13 months now, so and anything's possible now. But yeah, it seems crazy. Yeah, so you just
what got us? I would say the same day this happened, we got to the FA Cup final. So that's the Super League.
Should be the main story. Yeah.
It overshadowed. I mean, I'm not saying we should be the main talk, but it's our first FA Cup final since 1969. You're thinking, all this Super League talk, which was I actually didn't even know about it until the final whistle. Not long after. not long after. Next minute, I'm thinking, what's going on here? So I looked on Twitter, and as everybody does, everyone looks on Twitter to find the stories and the statements. And I was just like, what on earth is going on? But this is the good thing about a good thing to come out of this, and everyone says is that every single football fan, whether it's
United people, hasn't it? Yeah.
West Brom, I know obviously your neighbours down the road, the Black Countries of Wolverhampton, Leicester, Derby, we've all come together, even though we might not like each other in fans wise, like rivalries. We've all come together to stop this happening, which I never thought I'd see it. And the power of the people, power of the fans. Sir Matt Busby said, "Football's nothing without fans." Is that right?
Exactly, damn right.
There we go. I know it's struggling without fans, but imagine if there was no pandemic, or full fans were allowed back in, and they announced this. I think the reason they did announce it, obviously it's expanded now, but do you know when they did? Because they knew the fans won't be in the stadium.
Yeah, they've tried to rush it.
Leeds, especially Leeds United. Obviously, that they were playing it. Was it Leeds the other day?
Liverpool, yeah.
Yeah, so Leeds United, arguably, we can all, I'm not going to lie here, they won the big fan base. They would have sold out that game, and they would have heard their voices heard. Yeah. But I'm just glad it got disbanded. But they definitely should be punished.
That's who we've got away last day, so that'll be their game with fans, is Leeds away. But which we'll probably have to win if we're not already gone. But they just don't run out of energy. I thought in a way, if you want to play them 38th game, because they're just constantly running all season, and hopefully if they're playing for like 12th or 13th or something like that, hopefully if we need to win it, we can. But we've got to get there. We've got a few points to close before then. Yeah.
Right then, boys. Let's talk about this man, Sam Allardyce.
This guy,
big Sam. Will Sam Allardyce be West Brom's manager next season, Clint, if you do go down, or do you think he'll go?
Oh, I wasn't prepared for that. I don't know why. I think he will go.
Wow.
Before the end of the season, or
no? I think he'll see the season out now. I think he'll see the season out, but I think he will go.
What do you think, Ross?
I think he'll stay me. I'll tell you why. Because when he's gone, it was with West Ham in the Championship. When they were favourites with us to get promoted when we had Svenno and Eriksson. That's how far we've come.
They won the playoffs, didn't they? I think they won the playoffs.
Ricardo Vazte against Blackpool, and because Blackpool, that's the closest they've got to the Premier League since then, and now look where they are. But no, I think he'll stay me. I mean, the thing is though, it's always that merry-go-round. Who would come in?
Well, it's really good. I'm here to stay. Sam Allardyce.
There you go. You've got your answer. So, well, I mean, the worrying thing is he's brought in players, and he's alienated a few players. Who got us promoted, and then we're playing, and he's alienated. So he's got to win them back over, the players that got us up. He's got to, and he thought, that aren't being used at all now. He hardly ever he doesn't rotate. Like Callum Robinson. Callum Robinson didn't play for months, and then I think it was only due to a couple of injuries. He came on and saw what he did at Chelsea.
Yeah. Clint, who would you say your player of the season so far is for West Brom, or overall altogether in the season?
It's hard to compare a goalkeeper and say Pereira, but I think you'd have to say Sam Johnston. He's been amazing. There'll be a highlight reel at the end of the season of his saves, and he's just been brilliant. Yeah, all season. Yeah,
he's been fantastic. I mean, I remember the game that stood out for me was, I think it was when you played Manchester United. I think at the Hawthorns. I can't remember who it was, and he was outstanding. He's a very good guy. Where did you get him from? I can't remember.
He's had 10 to 12 games like that. So
Man United, was it?
Yeah, so he'd been on loan at Aston Villa the season before, and then and then to us, the following season.
Wow.
So Clint, who will West Brom be signing in the summer, or who will they be getting rid of?
Well, when we stay up, I mean, it really. We'll sign the players we've got on loan, hopefully. But to be honest, I don't think, assuming we do go down, which is more chance of staying up than staying up. I'm not sure how many players we do need to sign. It'll be more a case of quality over quantity because we've got players now like Livermore and Sawyers and Carlon Grant and players like that who will do well in the Championship again next season. But it's just a case of bringing in 2 or 3 quality players. Callum Robinson, again, he hasn't been playing until the last 2 games. And I think he would stay and do very well in the Championship. Yeah.
Ross?
I was just going to say, with West Brom, I think they need, I remember that, is it Charlie Austin you had for you a year ago?
We did, yeah.
Charlie Austin, that's some good cracking players over the years. I mean, the one player that always stood out for me. Well, no, do you know what? I love Kevin Phillips, mate. Even though he was only here for half a season at Leicester, he showed that, 40-odd years old, he knows where the net is.
Yeah.
He's probably scored more goals. Right, I'm only bringing him up because Kevin Phillips probably scored more goals in probably 2 games than Berahino ever did, or in about 2-3 years for West Brom.
Ooh.
Or for even Stoke. Oh, it was Stoke, wasn't it, mainly?
Didn't he have
Stoke, yes, it was Stoke. He did all right with us, yeah. So, but
his attitude, oh my days. His attitude was the problem. Because I remember every single time when he scored a goal, everyone's raving about him. Scoring a goal against a conference team doesn't make you good. And that's one of FA Cup games. But then his attitude was he didn't want to go to Tottenham. I'm thinking, why would he downgrade himself to go to Tottenham? I don't care what team you got. Why would you go to Tottenham? And then he refused and all the training stuff. And then is it Pulis, wasn't it? I remember him saying all that stuff. That's another player. All the players you've had, Gnabry, Serge Gnabry, who now plays for Bayern Munich.
Yeah, he came off the bench for us one time and sat on the bench for 6 months at the Hawthorns. Yes. So every time you must see it on the football Twitter accounts. Every time he does something in the Champions League, it's like this is the player that Pulis put on the bench for 6 months at West Brom, and it's like, we've heard it like 100 times now. So
you get sick of it, don't you?
Yeah, we all know Pulis is. Yeah.
Didn't you have Odom Wingy as well? Peter Odom Wingy, who wanted to move every transfer window.
Yeah.
I still think
just turned up out of nowhere.
He was hung out to dry a little bit because it was all agreed in, verbally, and that he went down, but he shouldn't have done an interview on Sky Sports News.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to break laughing.
Didn't end up well, but yeah, he was hung out to dry a little.
I remember watching that live and I was crying my eyes out. Honestly, I've never laughed so much in my life. Honestly, it was the funniest thing ever. Without going all the way down there, like QPR. Think about it, money, and now look where they are. And you've had some Romelu Lukaku as well. I mean,
we had Lukaku on.
We had
him on loan before he was known, and then he went to Everton. So yeah,
that's some cracking players.
Good strikers over the years.
You guys used to be a force in the Championship, though, didn't you? With like Robert Corran, James Morrison, Chris Brunt.
Yeah,
do you get what I mean? You lot used to have very good players in the Championship. Zoltan Gera,
yeah.
You used to be a force. You used to like come back, go up, and then come back down. And I'm just like, we want to force for these.
Well, we haven't finished lower than 4th in the Championship in the last 20 years. That's the lowest we've finished. So we've either been in the Premier League or we've been in the top 4 of the Championship, and that's for the last 20 years plus now.
One thing I actually do want to bring up, obviously being from Sheffield. Now I don't know if you remember this at all. The Battle of Bramall Lane.
Yeah, of course.
Was you there? Or
I wasn't. It was the season before I started going away every game. So,
people that don't know this, only reason I know because I've got a lot of good mates of Sheffield United fans. So the match got abandoned, if I'm right in saying. 3 sendings off.
3 sendings off, and then a player went down injured, and then they pulled another off. Yes, injured. Because with 6 players, the game gets stopped. I think we should have just carried on 11v6. I'd have liked to have seen that.
I remember because they always Gary Megson passing off as 42 years old was a bit of a whoa. What's going on here? He looks about 60. But that what's his name? Is it Andy
Neil
Johnson?
Warner.
Yeah, Andy Johnson in the George Santos incident. you can tell he were going straight for him in that.
Yeah, there was previous. He'd injured him by accident the season before. So the commentators, when you watch the incidents now, the commentators call it. They say, "Oh, there's a bit of history here. This could be," and then he just and he spins in the air, not like some of these dives you see. He caught his leg and he just span in the air and then came down. It was crazy, and it all just kicked off from there.
That's
part of history in the champion is the Battle of Bramall Lane. Every time my mates always mention about West Brom and stuff when we talk about games, I always say, remember you got 3 men sent off and 2 injured. For it, so yeah, this West Brom, always what's that thing, boing every time they scored. I actually used to enjoy listening to that. I don't know why, it was quite funny.
I like that. I don't think there's another team that's got their own, celebration like that. So I like it. It's unique. So everyone's got their own songs, etc. But
question for you, Clint: what players in the West Brom team do you think would get into the Leicester City side at present?
All of them, really? No, I'm joking. I'm only joking.
Sam Johnston.
That's tough. As I say, Yokoslu, I think, could play. I mean, you're talking a very high stand. You're third, aren't you? You're still third?
We're third, yeah.
Third or fourth. So you're talking you're talking right up there at the moment. But Yokoslu's been amazing since he's come in. I think he could play for any side in the league. He's just been absolutely brilliant. Pereira could be a squad player. Pereira could play for you. And then Sam Johnson, but you've got your own. You got your own quality keeper in Schmeichel, so I don't think you've got any complaints. Yeah. I don't know if you've got any complaints with him, or I don't think so.
No, it's just his distribution, Clint.
Oh, okay. So Johnston.
Apart from that.
No, Johnson's good at that. So, yeah.
He's kept us in a lot of games, though, Schmeichel. If you look at over Leicester over the years when he's been here, he's kept us in a lot of games. Some fantastic saves.
Yeah.
And you don't really get the merit and the appreciation that other goalkeepers get at those so-called bigger clubs.
Yeah.
He gets well looked over.
And it's because of his dad as well. Because everyone said, his dad. He's got his own thing. He's got his own career. He's been at Leicester longer than Peter Schmeichel was at Manchester United. I think. I think so. I mean, someone
He's
can
the most capped goalkeeper as well at Leicester.
10 years he's been at Leicester. Mental.
One question, Clint. How would you rate your season?
Let's go 5, 6, 6 probably.
Reason behind it?
I don't think at any point we was expecting to stay up. We thought we'd be a little bit closer, but hopefully if things go right tomorrow or Sunday for us, then we still might. But I thought we were always going to be just not quite good enough. And that, I think the only time when I thought there was only one game where I thought we were going to stay up, the second game of the season. I want to say third game of the season when we played Chelsea and we went 3-0 up.
I remember watching that.
And even though they pulled it, we were allowed inside the pubs then. So it was at Birmingham. There was a few of us out, and we was just the place was just in shock. We were 3-0 up on Chelsea, and even though they pulled it back to 3-3 after that game, I thought if we can go 3-0 up on Chelsea and and be that good against them, surely we can pick up enough. Surely we can pick up 9 or 10 wins over a season. And that's the only point. And then we lost 2-0 at Southampton the following week, and it was like maybe not.
Clint, the more important thing, score prediction.
Well, you like it. So I think you'll take it 2-1. I've said so. You might have seen on the page, but
I've not seen.
Yeah. So, but no, So I think you'll take it 2-1, But yeah, you never know. That's only 1 goal in our favour rather than yours, and it'd be a huge 3 points for us. But then, obviously, you're playing for massive things yourself. So
yeah, get all your score predictions in the comments, guys, below. Ross, what about you?
See, I want us to beat West Brom for the first time in 27 years at home. People seem to forget stats like this. People say, it's only West Brom, it's only this. But it'll be a very tough game tomorrow.
Oh, it's a replay. I thought Man City had gone 3-1.
Yeah, they've got a red card on there.
They've got a red card.
So I'm going to say 1-0. No, sorry, 2-1. I'm going to go with 2-1.
West Brom. Awesome.
Unfortunately, no. No.
I mean, how much do you think? I don't think things like. I think it's just coincidence. The fact that we've been to the King Power 8 times and haven't lost, that doesn't go into my thinking of how tomorrow's game's going to go.
You'd be surprised. You know, it's like whenever you go into, for example, when you have a Black Country derby with Wolves, you could lose 10 in a row. You're thinking you're going to go on and win it. You know, and the form goes out the window.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't. Well, we've got them in 2 weeks at the Hawthorns, and they haven't won at our place since 1996. So that's a run almost as long. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, 1996. Yeah, so
it's a long time.
Spice Girls came out.
25 years.
So it's a long time, isn't it, to not beat your rivals?
But you can't go.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
absolutely gutted. We've been gutted. You know, can't go to the FA semi-final, the FA Cup. I know 2000 went. Obviously, you know, some were Leicester fans, but you know, our first semi-final since for 39 years, and none of us could go, and obviously the final.
That's horrible.
Well, I'm glad I brought up the FA Cup actually. So I've contacted Leicester about Radio Leicester about possibly getting. You know, sometimes when they've had games in finals and stuff, or
in the stadium on the screen.
Yes, I was just about to say yeah. So I tweeted Leicester about it. They've not come back to me, but I've rang Radio Leicester to suggest it, about possibly having 3,000 to 4,000, obviously social distancing, of course, in the King Power Stadium. Because obviously, 10,000 fans, there's more than 10,000 Leicester City fans, about possibly doing it. I know it's May 15th, it'd be nice to have fans at the King Power, watch it on the big screens or whichever. And so far, it's got over 250 likes and retweets. So get sharing. We want it to happen.
I've been contacting different. There's not that many pubs that have got outdoor screens, so obviously you want to get together with your friends, and we have been going by the the rules and that. So we've been trying to find out different bars that have actually got outdoor screens, so we can meet up in at least 6 of us or a couple of tables. And that, so because you don't want to be watching it at home, and
No, I mean, I'm from Sheffield, and I've said to my dad, I said we're going to Leicester to watch it. If we can't get a ticket, we're going to try. If we don't get a ticket, it's one of them things. I'll be going to Leicester to watch it, but it would be nice if they can open up the King Power, because it's technically an outdoor venue. If you think about it, it's outdoors technically.
Yeah. Well, it's the final. It's going to be after May the 17th, isn't it? So
2 days. 15th of May is the final. Really? That's the thing. But obviously,
2 days before everything opens. It's 2 days before things can open. That's annoying.
Well, I've contacted them, and hopefully, if they say, it's not one of the worst thing in the world if they say no, but it's worth a try. It's worth a shot. It's worth asking.
Yeah. We were saying, like, Chelsea's the only team I haven't seen us beat away in the Premier League. And imagine the season we've had. Imagine going to Chelsea and on the train, you'd be having a beer and you'd be like, and there'd be a few going, we're just going for the day. Obviously, it's all over and that. And then I'm an optimist, so I'd be going, you never know. I'm like, realistically, I think we're going down, but you never know, do you? And it proved the other week when we beat Chelsea and then we beat Southampton. If Newcastle hadn't won back-to-back games, we'd be right in it. We'd be 3 points off, but sadly they've won back-to-back games as well when they were on a dire run. But imagine the season we've had, and then winning 5-2 at Chelsea. That away end would have just been rocking. It's just, you just miss it when it's things like that. Haven't missed a lot of the season, I think, but yeah, that would have been amazing.
But it seems this season all the away teams seem to win more because the home advantage has gone.
I was saying that, I think, before you came on. Yeah, it's it's got to be with fans not being there, but to be honest, I'm betting on the underdog in a lot of games and building up a little pot because it just happens so often now. It's crazy. Yeah.
Just reading that from Pete. Yeah, we got a lot of people on Leicester Fan TV. You've just seen it then. Paul Heyman's here. We've got a lot of people coming on Leicester Fan TV.
I'm a Paul Heyman guy.
Yes! I like you a lot more now,
Ross.
Yes.
Right, Clint, before you go, where can everyone find you on social media?
So under All Albion Fans, so is the handle. That's the word. Yeah. So
okay, that's great. It's been a pleasure, Clint, for coming on, and good luck after tomorrow.
No, thank you. After tomorrow, fair enough. I'll take that. We've got Villa away, and then Wolves at home. So yeah, if we win them, I don't care what happens tomorrow. Those are our big ones. Yeah, I think we can all agree on that. You win tomorrow, we win the next two. Everyone's a winner.
Yeah, that's it. Thanks for coming on, Clint.
No, it's been a good chat. Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
All right, take care.
Cheers, Clint.
That was Clint from All
Good interview.
West Brom. All West Brom.
Very good interview.
A very good interview, as Ross says. He was a very good character. So now, Ross, it's time to wrap up.
Oh, now before we do, get on my, obviously you can see my, hang on, after that comment, come on you foxes. So yeah, that's my Twitter. So at the minute, so far it's got over 250 likes, over 120 retweets. Yeah. Like I said, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But get our voices heard. Be nice to have 3,000-4,000 at the King Power to watch our script, to watch Leicester in his first cup final. Yeah. But yeah, tough. Tomorrow's gonna be tough, very tough game, and we're nice to finally win at home against West Brom. People are always going about stats, but I hope we can break that stat. And
I think you just can't underestimate them, Ross. You've got to take your chances when you get them. Last few comments, Ross, before we wrap up. Jack and Ross, great show. Smash a like, guys. Yeah, smash a like, guys, if you've enjoyed our show tonight. Smash a like on YouTube, Facebook, wherever you're watching us on tonight. Be much appreciated. And subscribe to Leicester Fan TV if you're new and enjoyed our content. Paul Heyman says, I will consult my client. The tribal chief Roman remains first. Right then, Ross. So this is JNR. We will also see you tomorrow for the watch along as Leicester take on West Brom from. Is kickoff 8 o'clock tomorrow?
It is 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. So we'll be doing pre-match build up from 7:30. So join us then. I'll be back on Friday for the Fanzone Show to review the West Brom game and talk about everything that happened in the game. And Jamie will be live on Sunday morning at 10 o'clock. So be sure to check Leicester Fan TV out. And this is JNR. And thanks for watching, guys.
Peace out.
Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. With special thanks to our pals at ADT Taxis, Feed Me, Piglet's Pantry, Tiger, Leicester Garage Conversions, Pink Vehicle Leasing, Hologram, The Fox's Arms, Moyer Wade Interiors, and our chosen charity, Men's UK. We bring you the fans' views on the match each week, and your views matter to us. Join the fans' debate each match with us. Follow us at Leicester Fan TV.